Hi guys, this video is here to show you how to posterize your image. So if you do not have an image selected yet, you are not ready for this step. You either need to have it saved off of the internet to your computer or saved via a scanner or sent to yourself, but it somehow needs to be on your computer. If you don't have your image yet, you're not ready. The first thing you're going to do to posterize your image is open up Photoshop. Photoshop should be located on your desktop under the inside of this Adobe CC folder. So the first thing you gotta do is double click on that so everything pops up. Now there's a bunch of Adobe programs in here. You want to make sure that you select the Adobe Photoshop CC 2014 program. Alright, so we're going to double click on that. Pops up. This is what it looks like when it's opening. You may have a dialog window pop up that asks you if you want to enable the touch screen on your computer. Do not enable the touch screen. We're going to be using the trackpad or a mouse to work within the program. The touchscreen our computers have is not great for this use, okay? Next thing I want you to do is make sure that you have a layers tab open, which is over here. Mine's already open and ready to go. But your computer may look something like this when you open up. It may look something like this when you open up. You need to make sure that that layers is there. If you can't find it, first thing to do is to try and find it. You're going to take your mouse and you're going to come up and you see these little tiny arrows over here. You're going to collapse the icons. That's what those do, and it makes everything go away. And then you're going to come over and you should be able to select the layers section, right? It's two little squares, one on top of the other, or it'll just say layers. So once that is open, we can open our image. In order to open the image, what you're going to do is come over to the left-hand corner, next to the PS, which stands for Photoshop, where it says File. Click File and then Open. Alright, once you've opened this up, this is where you're going to need to know where you saved it. So I know that I saved my image in my downloads. So I'm going to find my picture right here. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. And then you hit Open. Okay, my picture of Beyonce is in here now. You should see in your layers box over here a little tiny version of your picture. It should say background. It should have a little lock. Okay, first step is to make that lock go away. All you have to do to make it go away is click it and it should disappear. It changes this to your background, from your background to your layer, your first layer. When you work in Photoshop or Illustrator, everything that you're doing is in layers. So if you do something that affects one layer and then you put another layer over top of it, you'll lose some of that work. So what we're going to do now is create a second layer by duplicating this one. So you see your little tiny image? Next to that little tiny image, you're going to right click. This dialog box should pop up. If this doesn't pop up or you don't see where you can click duplicate layer, it's probably because you right clicked on the image, not next to the image. Once you select duplicate layer, it's going to ask you to rename it. I'm going to call it Beyonce. And then it should appear above your last layer. So now I have two little versions of this image. Make sure, because we're working in layers, that you have your top layer selected, because we only want to affect the top layer. Once you've got that done, you're going to come back over to the left-hand side where it says image. You're going to click that, and a drop-down menu will appear. Now, you're going to hover your mouse over adjustments. Don't click adjustments, just hold your mouse over top of it. Once that's done, you're going to come over and go down to where it says posterize. You're going to click posterize and it makes your picture look funny, right? This number right here where it says 4, you are going to change to somewhere between, I'd say 5 and 10. I wouldn't go much higher than 10 and I wouldn't go much lower than 5. All right. If you have a black and white image, you might be able to play around with it a little more. But the purpose is you want to be able to see all these different skin tones and variations within her face, or whoever's face, because it's going to provide you with a map for your project. Whether you're doing a digital one or one of the other 4 options, everybody's going to do this, so we have something to refer back to when you're doing your skin tones. All right. Then you click OK. And it'll keep that layer like that, right? Once this is done, you're ready to save. That's all we're doing in the Photoshop app. So you're going to come back over to where it says File, It drops down and it says save as. Do not click save as, because we need to change the file type. It will not work with Seesaw if you don't change the file type, so we can't print it if you don't change the file type. So the file Beyonce is fine. I'm going to leave it like that. That'll be the file name, but here where it says save as type, I need to click that so this menu appears. And you're going to select a JPEG. There's 3 options here for JPEG. I suggest using the top one that just says JPEG, not JPEG 2000 or JPEG Stereo, just JPEG. Once that's selected, you can hit save. It's going to tell me it already exists because I had already done this example with you guys in class, so I'm going to hit yes. It's just going to replace it. This box is going to pop up. All your settings should be fine. Don't touch anything and just click OK. All right? And then your image should be saved. We're going to double check before we X out of it, right? I'm going to come over, I'm going to go, okay, I was trying to save it in my downloads. Let's see. Is that the right one? Yes, that's the right one. I can see that there's the skin tone changes in there, right? Your next step, once you've got it saved and ready to go, if you are doing a digital portrait, you can now open it up in Illustrator and begin working. If you are doing a traditional portrait or a cubist portrait or any of the other 4 options, you can post it to Seesaw so that we can print it and you can glue it into your sketchbook and refer to it as you're working. But you are otherwise ready to go. Alright? If you have any questions, please rewind the video, pause the video, rewatch the video, ask a friend, or ask me. Alright? Thanks so much. My digital people, you have another video coming your way.